This weekend, get ready to live out your childhood dreams. That is because some of your favorite toy cars are going to be coming to life as part of the Hot Wheels Monster Truck Glow Party event happening over at Tingley Coliseum. To make this fun spectacle more accessible to everyone, though, the event is partnering with the New Mexico Child First Network to give tickets to local foster families. Just incredible. So here today to give us the details on everything that you need to know about the event and the giveaway, we're joined by Kurt Nilsson from Nilsson Advertisement Management and Entertainment, as well as Ann McKinney, who is a founding board member for the New Mexico Child First Network, and Donnie, is it Hebert?
Hebert. Yep.
Hebert, who is a driver for Megarex. I should have clarified that before we started the interview. I do apologize. That is embarrassing for me, but thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
This is a super fun event that I'm sure draws just tons and tons of people to Tingley for a really good time. And I've got to ask, just what makes the Hot Wheels Monster Truck Glow Party so much fun?
It's big, it's loud.
Yeah.
You know, the cars all light up. There's fire-breathing robots. It's a great time. The kids always love this. My kids, I've raised them going to monster truck events, and so they always look forward to this every year. And I think kids all throughout the community, and with New Mexico Child First Network, this is an event we do with them that they have been really, really excited about since the very beginning, and it always has a great turnout. It's just a lot of fun.
Yes, it sounds like a lot of fun. The video that you see there on your screen is just a small example of all the energy that's going to be there for the kids, for the young at heart, really for everybody, right? You guys have this great partnership with the New Mexico Child First Network. Talk to us about how this kind of came to be.
So we've worked with New Mexico Child First Network for a long time, and when I started our partnership with NAME and the Family Live Entertainment folks, it was something where we were talking about different events and things that we can bring in with the event. And I said, hey, look, I've got these great people that I work with, and there's a lot of kids in our community who don't get cool experiences like this. And they said, you know what, we're going to step up and we're going to help out. And so Family Live Entertainment and Mattel and Hot Wheels Monster Trucks came together and said, we're going to help you guys get tickets for all of these kids. So I reached out to Maryland and talked to them, and we got a list together, and we do a display every year where we bring a truck out in the community and we pass out tickets to all the foster families so that these kids can have this really cool experience that they may not have been able to have otherwise. A lot of foster families have a ton of kids. It's difficult for them to bring people out sometimes, so this is a really cool way to help them and give some of the kids who don't have as great of a life a chance to do something really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. An experience they'll remember probably for their entire life. And can you talk a little bit about the work that you guys do?
I absolutely can. And Kurt mentioned Marilyn. Marilyn Beck is our founder, executive director. She was a foster parent for 2 years and just wanted to do more. Children are her heart. We all agree with that. I get to be here today to represent New Mexico Child First Network. So New Mexico Child First Network is a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving the lives of children in foster care and caring for those, supporting those who are caring for the children. So that can be foster kin, guardian, adoptive, grandparents raising grandchildren, like we support the caregivers. So we've multiple years now that Kurt and 101.3 Hustle have made all this happen. This is a favorite event. We do a lot of events for families. This is our heart. When children are with a caregiver, those caregivers, those families, the foster families, they want the children to have enriching opportunities, to have fun, to have things to bring joy into their life. And this has been so popular for some of the children. The second, we were talking about the first year, the second it was over, children went home and asked their families, when can we go again? And one child, the foster family called the next day thanking all of us and they said this was the best day of their life.
I mean, just such an incredible impact that you're making on the lives of these kids. I know you're having a ticket giveaway of sorts today. Talk to us about that event that's happening.
So we're going to be doing the event with New Mexico Child First Network at Bracken Motor Company. That's going on today from 3 to 6 p.m. We're going to, again, bring out all the families. They're going to be bringing one of the trucks down. We're going to have Scalosaurus there where they can meet another one of the drivers. They can take pictures with the truck, and we're going to give all the families from New Mexico Child First Network their tickets to go to see the monster trucks this weekend, so they get a chance to have an in-person experience before they actually go to the show this weekend. So we really enjoy that. These guys bring out hot chocolate and snacks and things, and it's always a lot of fun. We have a great event, and it's something that we really appreciate. Bracken Motor Company and our local sponsors who all come together to really do this stuff. That Family Live Entertainment and Hot Wheels and Mattel and everybody gets behind this and does something nice for the kids in our community. I think is a big thing, because a lot of people are sitting around waiting for the government, waiting for someone else to do something, and we all need to be the ones who take those steps to make better things for our community and to give these kids a better outlook on life.
Absolutely, the community, taking care of the community, letting these kids be kids, which is what matters. Donnie, the driver of Mega Rex, please tell me your story and how you got into this. I mean, this is such a niche thing and it's so cool.
My story is probably a little different than most. I grew up going to the shows, fell in love with the sport, and just kind of pursued it, which is a very tough road.
I imagine it is not a linear path.
No, it's had its ups and downs, but now here we are, and now I get to hit right on what they're talking about. Some of our favorite moments are what keeps us going, because it's not an easy gig. It's not an easy thing, but the pre-show pit parties and meeting the kids and the same stories they're talking about is what keeps us going.
I think that's so cool that you allow that access for the kids to get to. They probably look up to you. They're probably like, I want to do what he's doing. How special is that for you to just kind of get to interact with some of the kids?
With me, I come from that point. I was that kid, and then to hear the stories. Mom or dad saying, the kid's been talking about this event all week. Can't wait to get there. And then the kid's so excited. And then, we discussed a little bit of the hardships that we have on the road, but that's you gotta love it, and you gotta have that interaction, or it's not easy.
Absolutely, and you're leaving kind of that mark on that kid's life, and that's really special to know that you're able to make their day, make their year maybe in these moments, which is great. What's it like though when you get behind the wheel and you hear that engine roar? Give me your first 5 seconds behind the wheel. What you're feeling?
It's nerve-wracking. I mean, there's a lot of components to it.
Sure.
There's a lot that goes into it, but at the end of the day, it's we're there to put on a show and make memories, and that's what we do at all costs.
Well, and if anything, you're a fabulous role model for these kids because you followed your dreams. You said, I want to do this, and you're doing it. What a better example.
Yep, it's possible. We talk about misfortune. I mean, I wasn't fortunate. I didn't come from money or from anybody in monster trucks, but it worked. It happened, and it's here. So.
And you made it happen, and what a great example for these kids. You guys are going to put on a phenomenal show this weekend. We are running out of time, unfortunately, so I've got to get the information on how we get tickets, when the shows are this weekend, all that good stuff.
So you can go on HotWheelsMonsterTruckLive.com or Ticketmaster.com to get the tickets. We're going to have a show Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon at Tingley Coliseum. You can see on the screen we've got a discount code, Save 20, gets you 20% off for everybody who's watching right now. Bring your kids out. Again, this is something, I had my daughter with me on the radio yesterday, my 3-year-old daughter, and she says, Dad, I want to drive a monster truck.
And you said, absolutely, when you are old enough.
I said, no, there's girls driving monster trucks. This is, again, follow your dreams. Like, anything that you want to do, if you put the hard work and the time in behind it, you can do anything.
Absolutely.
And that's something, Donnie, can share that with these kids. It's amazing.
It is. That's very, very cool. And the mission that you guys do to support these kids and the families taking care of them as well, just absolutely incredible. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for the work you're doing. Thank you for this incredible event. And I know these kids are going to love to see you do what you do best. Thank you guys for being here today.
Awesome. Thanks for having
us.
Of course. For more information on everything we just talked about, please head over to krq.com, click on that New Mexico Living tab. Stay